Hey everybody, it's Bus, continuing our playthrough of the Path of Champions. Today, we're taking on the 2-star quest, the Titan of the Depths, going up to battle against Nautilus. We'll be using our 2-star Evelynn. And so to get you prepared for battle, if you're not familiar with Evelynn and her star powers, we get the +1 starting mana. The first time you kill a follower, any non-champion unit on either side of the board, we get a fleeting copy in our hand. And then when you level up an allied champion, you grant allies everywhere +1/+1. To kind of tie in with the level up +1/+1 thing, we are using the Crown Guard's Inheritance. And so when Evelynn levels up, we rally. So this is going to be the big tie-in across all the themes with our deck. We get the Husk on board, we play a unit, that then levels up Evelynn. Evelynn gives everything we have +1/+1, and then we also get a rally. And so very, very high-powered plays coming out of Evelynn level up. And she's also a champion. We should be able to level up at least twice each game. So that's what we're doing battle with. Let's head on into the adventure. Getting clicked onto Nautilus only took 2 clicks. Head on into battle. Okay, on to the powers. What you got for us? Anything big? Game start sparring student. That's not horrible here with Evelynn. We took that one to battle in the previous video. Enfeebling strike, I never recommend, but domination, one of the most high-powered ones in the game. You say, yo dog, I heard you like rallies, so I got rallies for your rallies so you could rally while you rally. That's what we're going to be doing in this game, man. We got all the rallies coming at you from every angle. Feels pretty good. And so, on to the beast below. The foes, sea monsters, have fearsome. Gotcha. Let's see, we found a couple of ways. The thing we look for here at the beginning of each game is a way to make a Husk and an Evelynn. And so we can hang on to either Domination or Vora. I would prefer to have Domination, just makes our Husks a little bit stronger. And then we'll mulligan everything else out and look for an Evelynn. Right, Warden's Prey. You can come down. You can battle. Look at that. Already getting the rallies. Feels good, man. Feels good. Alright, Domination on board. Ready to get the big shutdowns here. He can't interact particularly well with our Phaged Domination. Oh, he's going for it, though. I don't know about that. I don't know if I would call that one advisable. Look at that. We're hitting deep right from the start. Yeah, we got deep fast. We're not going to use it, but surprised to see that animation kick off. But here we go. We're going to take this open attack, come in for 5 damage. Once our attack token is gone, we'll drop in the Evelynn. She's going to level up, give all of our units everywhere +1/+1. Give us that attack token back. We should be in a pretty good spot to end this game.
Mind if I slip into something a little more painful? Scream for me.
Uh-oh. Second unit, not going to be able to end it. That's okay. We're still pretty close. Alright, so on to the next turn. Evelynn unflips.
Back on the prowl.
We can make an open attack, but we just hit the elusive Husk, and so we'll probably just be adding a unit here and attacking, calling it a day. So who does the biggest? The Vora? She's got 4 attack. May have been bigger with the Phantom Prankster getting the Nexus hits in, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. We're going to end it either way.
That was hot. Lights out.
Trying to bring it though, huh? I don't think that's advisable. you know, if the last one wasn't advisable, this one wasn't advisable. The beast below is gonna need a course on basic combats.
Let's do this again sometime.
All right, victory has been taken down. On to the next one. Anything cool? Not really. You know, the crowd favorite maybe get something done. He's a little bit expensive, but it's pretty easy for us to have mostly full boards, and adding in that Overwhelm unit It's decent. You know, not excited about it, but decent. Then what do we got here? A bunch of expensive stuff. Nothing I'm really looking for. I'm just looking for cheap plays and one removal spell. None of that exists within any of this stuff, so let's take a reroll. How do we feel about these? Same kind of deal. There's cheap plays with Elise, but no good removal spells. Let's take another one. What do we got here? Rek'Sai for the lurkers. No thank you. Tryndamere, don't really need. Jace, no good. All right, the last one we have to take. What are we going to do with these? And so, Lux is strong, but I'm not really excited about this expensive package that she brings to the board. I think I'm just going to go with the Ash. It's a little bit expensive here as well, but it does give us some interactivity, and the Frostbites. The Brittle Steel's not spectacular against the sea monsters, but gives us something. So what do we got here? Item chest up top, spells chest at the bottom. I don't want to add rando spells into our deck, so I'm going to head up to the item chest, see if we can't add item to one of our husk units or something. So, at the round start, you give the player's weakest ally vulnerable just for the round. Okay, so we'll hang on to Vora. She's our husk maker. Mulligan everything else away, looking for Evelynn. Let's see what we can do. Got a cat wanting to hang out. Come on, bud. Oh my gosh, he's so heavy. All right, we got him. Cat acquired. Ready for battle now. Let's head on in. Says he wants to be on the internet. Here you go. This is the only reason you're here, right? Get this kitty. This nice little void showing up on the screen. Got the black kitty in front of the black hoodie. Just everything blends in. All right. What are we going to be doing here, though? I'm just going to strike our Salter. I want to get the husk back in our hand and then just replay it. We're just kind of building up board at the moment. Interesting. Pops the spell shield, but then doesn't block. And I'm curious how opponent reacts to us having husks on the board. If he just tries to vulnerable attack it right away, or if he adds more stuff. If we can get an Evelynn on the board, that would be kind of cool. Just curious how this sequences out. Well, I'm going to drop the Evelynn. We don't have any good attacks as it is. Giving our units a little bit more resilience with the +1/+1 is going to be kind of nice.
If I slip into something a little more painful. That was hot.
Get cat butt in my face. A little more challenging to achieve victory here. But I think we'll get here at the end of the day. Sure. Empty board for opponent. Decent enough open attack for us on the next turn, and then we should be able to close out the game with Evelynn's rally.
Let's keep going.
Right, coming in for 8. Drop in the domination.
Hello, love.
Then I think we'll be good.
Another leader desperate to lose control.
Get some kitty scratches in while we make all these animations. And then we'll be ready.
Don't waste my time.
Alright, 24 coming in. See ya.
One last kiss.
Alright. Easy battle. Let's see if we pick up the sweet item. Out of rerolls at this point. A little sad. A little sad. But I think we'll be okay. So what do we got? More copies of Vora. Sounds good to me. Welcome to being tough. Into the item chest. 8 spike I don't really want to upgrade any of this stuff. I could see, I guess, an argument for adding in more brittle steels, given that our interactivity is pretty bad. I guess you could say the same about hate spike, but I'm just going to leave all these behind. Into the shop. We buy a good power. Nope. So I don't really want to be playing against the sea monsters round, just nabbing our opponent, making them hit deep faster and faster. Go ahead and pass on that idea. But in terms of these other cards, what is Defender of Tomorrow? Draw a 6-cost spell from your deck and refill your spell mana. That's not bad. We don't have any 6-cost spells in our deck though, so I guess it is bad in that sense. And otherwise, nothing we want. You could put a Savage Shield onto the Rhymetusk Shaman, but I don't really want more copies of it in our deck. So we're going to skip that one. Now I see this champion item chest up at the top. This is our most sought after node, so we'll probably hit it up. Smooth Soloist lets you pick up powers, and then the Boxtopus, I forget what he does. I'd have to look it up, but still mainly interested in the champion item chest. So at the Proving Grounds, the foe's units have +1 health, and then at the game start, the foe puts the Scar Grounds in their hand. All right. Good start. So we got a Salter for our Husk Maker. We got an Evelynn for our Evelynn. Then we have a little bit of interactivity in the Brittle Steel. Seems like a good place to be. All right. Can't attack into the Reaver. That dude is monstrous. Look how big this guy is. 0-7. We're going to need to hit some fearsomes here quick. Alright, I guess we'll skip out on the Husk. Didn't want to pass up on our Brittle Steel. Okay. Sad noise it is. Yeah, unfortunately we don't have any Husks already on board to level up our Evelynn, so we're going to have to play it a little bit slow. I guess the upside to this is it does give us a lot more opportunities to get the +1/+1s. But it's going to just take us a round or two to build up. You got to deal with these 0-7s and the defensiveness out of this deck. Waiting for a few stats is reasonable. Now, one thing to watch out for here is if we make this attack with Evelynn, and then he blocks with the Unscarred Reaver, we're going to deal 6 to it, so it'll fall to 1 health, and then it's going to get to attack back for that 3 damage, right? Since we quick attacked it, it'll then have 3 attack and then strike us back. So Evelynn can survive that sequence, but something like Warden's Prey would not be able to survive. Still, I'm just going to pass. I think I'm just going to wait until next turn before we try and pop off with these units. Let's see.
Shut up and scream.
We kill everything this way, right? I'd kind of like to keep our unit in the Warden Spray. I guess he's not that big of a deal. The other angle we could take would just be to hate spike the Ruthless Raider to get another Husk. Maybe that's the way we do it. Maybe that's the way. Yeti Yearling, you're on board. We're not going to have the mana next turn to both play Steam and Brittle Steel, but I think it's fine. Is to actually just have the lethal in the open, right? Did all this work building up this giant board, then we probably just got the lethal. One short. Okay. Okay. Well, we'll get close. Poor Evelynn, long gone. we lost her to that quick attack play. I was glad we got to showcase it a little bit, but we should be safe now. We're going to Frostbite his Wolf Rider. If he plays a unit, we can kill with the open. If he doesn't play a unit, we can kill with the open. Like, everything's going to be fine here. All right. Neg 8 into 1. GG Unscarred Reaver. So let's see, what do we got? More domination sounds okay. It's tough for me to pass up on our boy Legion Rearguard, but the domination sounds good. Into the champion item chest. Definitely boosting up Evelynn. Ancient Coin sounds great. Make her a little bit cheaper. Get her down on the second turn of the game. Into the healer. Definitely want to cut a card. I'm usually cutting out the Viper Worm at this point. The Phantom Prankster could go as well. We could decide to actually cut Steam out now if we want, given that we have both Crowd Favorite and the Rhymetusk Shaman as decent late game plays, but I think we'll hang on to him at this point. These games have been dragging out a little bit. These Freylord decks have a bit of Frostbites and stuff in them, and so I think that's going to be a win to hang on to Steam. And so the old Sejuani, when the foe summons a unit, grant it +1/+1. What do we got? Nothing? No Husk Generators, no Evelynns. We'll just take a full mulligan here. Found some Husks.
These old eyes still see far and clear. Safeguard our homes.
Interesting. Surprised to see him come in with the unit, but we just go for the trade at this point? Sure. Seems to be what everyone wants, right? Let's just get all the units off of the board. Sure. Fortunate no 2-drops here, so we don't get to replay the Husks, but Domination's so big at this point. Pretty excited to just get her added to the board. We can worry about value on the next turn. Well, that counts as value, right? When opponent just plays a shatter to prevent damage. I think I'm on board. There's Evelynn. Beautiful. Everything we were looking for. So we can start with a good open. Opponent's blocks are all terrible. See if they're going to keep adding more stuff. Looks like they will. Oh, he can't block. We had Fearsome. But we're about to crush in here pretty hard. Can't block anything we have. He can't attack into it. We're going to hit for like 12 here. And then have a pretty strong open attack next turn if we want. Feels good. With all these Fearsomes, I don't think it's going to matter on this board. The opposing units aren't going to have the kind of health to make these really strong plays. But we can look to Brittle Steel a unit. Take its attack down to 0 and then get a Fearsome attack in. Say you're playing against like LeBlanc. That could potentially be a thing.
Let's keep going.
All right, he doesn't have any blocks for our open. We might just get him right here. LOL. Weak shit, Sejuani. Step up your game for the next one.
It's always over so soon.
All right, GG. So what do we got? Taking Evelynns and cool. Game start, draw Evelynn. Sounds perfect to me. All right, next set. So any useful powers? Raiding Party's not that great. I mean, it's probably going to be the better one. Fast Deal draws a card every turn of the game. I know it has all this extra text on it, and it makes me not want to keep it, but drawing an extra card every turn of the game is pretty good. It does kind of, unfortunately, have this, when you discard a card, create a copy in your deck. That does push me kind of away from it as we are generating the Husks in our hand off of our ability, then shuffling them into our deck. It's still, not enough downside to not want to draw an extra card every turn of the game, though. And so, what do we have here? We can go up to the Poro Battle, which is one of the high-rolliest, hardest to win vicious enemies of the game, or we can look to head towards a gold chest, or a healer to cut a card. I think we'll just head towards the healer. Our deck seems strong enough to where we don't need to be chasing after powers. And so, into the Abyssal Eye, the foe's allies have Nexus Strike, draw 1. So many teeth on that Abyssal Eye. Scary stuff. What do we got? We'll definitely mulligan away all of our Evelynns. If we're just going to draw a free copy, we would rather not have her in our opener. Didn't work out, but still okay.
Plenty of fire to go around.
Doubling up the jailbreaks. Look out.
Busy tonight. Carry your own gear.
See, this is the kind of downside, right? I don't care that Vora's getting shuffling into our deck, but shuffling Blade Squire in kind of sucks. But you know, that is a little bit of downside for the upside of drawing 2 cards every turn. And so, not a big loss there for us. Have a hard time playing more than 1 card a turn, though.
I'm always ready to play. I ought to
Alright, Evelynn in. Stats boosting everywhere. About to catch a rally.
if I slip into something a little more painful. That was hot.
How sick would this be if your attack tokens stacked up so you could have like 2 or 3 or 4 attack tokens at the same time?
I love it when they scream.
Be pretty sweet. At least for our deck. It'd sound pretty miserable for constructed.
I want more.
Alright, so we're going to open with Evelynn. Only for 2 points of damage, not that big, but we're going to take a rally anyways. We might as well get it in.
I am stronger than the darkness
We
within.
can drop Vora. Some more of that husk action going.
Satisfaction. That's it. Time to eat.
Alright, the animations are done. I'm ready to battle.
Yes, I bite.
Then we'll finish off with the husk. Looks good. Looks good. Got this 4/6 husk ready to make a gigantic crowd favorite. Easily be our favorite unit of the game. See what I did there? The crowd is getting excited for the crowd favorite. Uh-oh. Does that kill our... No, it's only 2 damage. So we still have safe attacks and everything.
I can't get enough.
Okay. Guess we shouldn't have attacked with Evelynn. It's like, I usually just slam all the units in there since everything we have tends to have overwhelm. And so it kind of feels like a free attack, right? If your opponent, say, attacks into you with a 5/5 and then you deal 2 damage to it, then you attack everyone back with overwhelm. It's kind of like you got that 2 points of damage in as a kind of secondary attack. And so I kind of autopilot sometimes and just send these units in, but took a couple points of damage, whatevs. Still getting the big victory at the end.
I love it. I want more.
Okay. Moving on. More Voras. Man, I'd like to have more Voras, but I don't want her to cost 2 more. Raz is just way too expensive. We could look to pick up Raz and then just cut him, but I think the Academy Prodigy will serve us reasonably well. Into the cut a card. I think we could probably get rid of Steam now. It's either Steam or the Rhyme Tusk Shaman. I do like the Shaman, though. Like, especially as we're going to come up against some high attack sea monsters here in the near future. So let's just take Steam out. Okay, into the shop. Ooh, the Lurker Power plays fantastically. The Husks get the bonus, so it's kind of like doubled up, right? If we get a Lurk, that +1 attack goes to the Husk, and then if we play a 2-cost unit or something, it gets the Lurk bonus itself, and then that Lurk from the Husk. It's quite nice to chain across all of our stuff. All right. Refill all of your mana and spell mana. I'm not entirely certain how this works, if it only refills what you started with, but pretty sure that's powerful stuff, right? So we'll go ahead and snatch that one up as well. Okay, you see it up here up top. We got another champion item chest. It's not as important to go and hit now that we have that game start draw Evelynn, but it's still quite strong. Or we have an item chest down below. Let's just head up to the champion item chest. And so round start, the foe gets a mana gem. It's kind of like battling Aurelian Soul, right? Aurelian Soul weak, Aurelian Soul mini. But here, let's get rid of everything. I want to try and find something that generates a husk. I mean, we know we're getting our Evelynn, but not so much a husk. Okay, Academy Prodigy in. Says, hey, I know I'm new around here, but let me show you what I can do. Nothing. do nothing. We could have risked it. We could have attacked and gone for the lurk. That might actually just be the play, is to try and pick up the lurk and see what it gives us, but I'm not amped about that. Right, domination. So I wish I knew how this bottled constellation worked. Guess we can try it next turn and see what happens, but I don't know if like we play it and then immediately get mana back. I don't know. We'll try it. We'll find out now. I'm gonna add the Evelynn in, and then see if we end up with just 4 mana in total, or if we end up with 4 mana plus 3 spell mana. I don't know if it's just like what you started the turn with, or the maximum that you could have, like completely all of your gems.
Scream for me.
Gonna find out though. You want any of this stuff? Let's pick up Celestial Wonder. It's not spectacular, but it does give us a lot of OTK potential, taking out all of our opponent's blockers. Oh, it did give us the 7 mana in total. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Good to know. Alright, so I'm going to add the Husk. We lose out on the 1 point from Domination, but that's okay. I want Domination to be nice and large, ready for battle.
So do my victims. At least at the start. I love it when they scream.
Alright, let the battles commence. We should be pretty close to ending the game next turn.
That's it. Impress me. I want more.
Yeah, I'm glad we picked up these bottles. This shit's strong. Strongest bottle I'm drinking today. Ew. Yeah, that's kind of gross. Oh, we're losing stuff. Losing just about everything. Phew, okay.
Waste my time.
I think we're still going to be fine, but that's kind of annoying. How do we get a blocker on this board? I really don't want to have to spend the Celestial Wonder just to stop this one attack, but that's what it's starting to look like. So they're going to be out of mana at this point. I'm just going to go ahead and play it. And Celestial Wonder. Get a little bit of mana back. Hail Cascade's fine. We got plenty of units in hand at this point. This has just been awkward as fuck.
Faster than my arrow? I think not.
Alright, so we get the Frostbite, we get the big challenge. Hopefully we're primed and ready to win this one now. There's an Evelynn. Okay. Definitely feel better about it at this point.
Impress me.
So let's add the unit. Now we can take our attack. Same kind of deal, right? We get this Frostbite thing. Is Evelynn going to be... Are we going to get a level up out of Evelynn, though? It's showing her front side, so I think she'll level up when we play her. Think. Right? She's not showing flipped side in hand.
What will you have?
I just straight up can't remember if that's how the game works or not. Alright, she came down front side, so we'll get the level up in the rally. That'll be enough to end it.
That was hot.
That was hot. Lights out. Say all the voice lines.
I said walk. Rip their flesh.
Alright, got him. On to Nautilus.
It's always over so soon.
So what do we got? A bunch of garbage here? You know, let's be real. Bunch of garbage. Might as well boost up a Warden's Prey, I guess. Into the champion item chest. Don't want the more expensive one. Guess we can heal. Fearsome is just not a super important ability against Nautilus. Into the healer. Cutting something expensive out. Kind of want to hang on to crowd favorites, though. Let's get rid of the Prankster, I guess. You're gone. and on to Nautilus. And so, when any unit dies, that includes our husks and everything, you heal the foe's Nexus 1, and then if the foe is not deep, they toss. So we can't just kill him with the husks, we can just kind of turbocharge him to deep, and then the toss thing stops. Full mulligan, please. So many bottles. And Evelynn. Beautiful.
Give me the stuff. Stuff makes happy. Warm your body, warm your soul.
Alright, well, let's kill off all the units, right? We just send them to deep as fast as we can. We can still just probably win with the elusives. I don't think I'm too worried about the opposing deck kind of turbocharging their deep.
Getting warmer.
Turbocharge my lurk, though. That's pretty sweet. Do we ever just, like, hold off on a turn for Evelynn? Like, we can really pop off on the next turn. I think that seems fine. So we say, here's what I'm looking at. Like, we play the Prodigy. We're at least going to have decent attacks with it in the face of this sapling to where we're going to lose stuff. We can still add the Husk to the board. Then next turn we'll have 4 mana. So we can add Evelynn. And then we can, like, Bottled Constellation 2 and 3 times and just really pop off. So let's see. Let's see how this all shapes up. Opponent didn't really do anything. That's cool to me. Okay. Alright, dog, you got your stun. So let's see. Domination. That's going to be our first one. I want to get our board full and make an attack, and then after we attack, I want to play Evelynn to get the rally. Alright, Constellation in. Just pick up the spell. I don't know what that stuff does, but spell mana is the kind of bottleneck right now. Blessing of Targon, sure. Probably won't be playing that, but whatever. Doesn't feel like opponent has any cards they can play now. I think we're just gonna crush. All right, come at him for 21. Hit the lurk because why not? Drop the bottle. Oh, we could have got that other husk on board and then dropped the bottle. This thing costs spell mana, but if we're gonna be real, it doesn't matter. This one's done. This one is dunesies.
Maybe I'll satisfy her cravings.
Get that last level up animation. Get about 70 more animations on the board. And then we'll push the attack into the middle.
Impress me.
I know a place.
GG, fam. Thanks for the battles, Nautilus. And so, yeah, not a bad set of games. Not a bad set of games. We rolled through that one fairly easily. We've been really showcasing the usage of this Crown Guard relic. It's really been kind of coming together in my brain piece now. And so, good stuff. I had fun with that one. I hope you had fun too, because that is going to do it for us today. And so, as we pull up the loading screen, I hope everyone enjoyed the video. I hope you maybe learned a thing or two along the way and had a good time watching. This is Bust, and we thank you for being here.